up, everybody? The tandem is back. What up, Doe, the dynamic duo? What's going on?
We have a bucket of water. You know, like the Wonder Twins? You know what I'm talking about?
No.
No?
Who's the Wonder Twins?
You never saw the Wonder Twins?
No.
Activate.
That's a, no. Okay. Different story for a different day.
All right.
I'm Brendan Highland.
I'm Steve Solano.
And if you don't know what we do here on What Up, Doe, or if you do, we use it as a platform to discuss what gets our goats,
grinds our gears,
and otherwise have philosophical discussion about life.
Sign me up.
Now today, you know, it's the end of midterm, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Everybody says midterm week, and I feel like that term should just be dispelled.
Okay. It's gone.
Yeah.
Now it's gone.
Okay, so midterm 2 week, okay. And we, both of us, actually more or less pulled all-nighters last night. Now, for some people, I know this is like a frequent thing.
Yes.
Like they're all about it, do it maybe like twice a week, whatever. I was up till like 1:30 last night doing homework.
Okay. That's like
writing
bedtime
paper
for me.
Though. Right.
Okay,
so I was
like
I was up to like 1:30 doing homework.
Right.
Or writing this paper, whatever.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
Pretty sure that in my, what are we in now? 11 years of schooling.
Yeah, 11. Yeah.
Whew. Pretty sure that that's the longest I've ever stayed up doing any sort of homework.
Okay. And
I don't understand, and like that was too long. I don't understand how or why people stay up any longer doing homework.
Well, I'll tell you a weird thing about me. Freshman year, got to college, you know, my hair was short. I was just a regular.
You were very different.
I was a square.
You hadn't
been. They called me a square.
You hadn't been to the West Coast yet.
No, I hadn't been to the West Coast.
That's the difference, everybody. Everybody that wants to know why Steve Solano is different now than he used to be, he went out west and came back, and this is what you get.
That was like, all right, we're off topic anyway, whatever. So, but a friend of mine, to be named later, my friend Pete, I'll just say his first name, keep him anonymous.
Okay.
My friend Pete and I, we actually used to come down here. It's funny, to come down to the studio. Okay. And we would work, and we also had a radio show. Okay. And so we would run the radio show, come to the studio, and we'd just look at each other and we'd be like, all-nighter? All-nighter, okay. And then, for no reason, just stay up through the wee hours of the night.
But are you doing homework?
Yeah. One time I did Italian. This is really interesting, actually. See, this is the problem with doing an all-nighter, is if it works for you one time,
you're hooked on it.
Yeah. And so what happened was I had like an Italian a quiz, and I didn't even know something happened, and I was just like, I was like, I really don't want to study for this, and then 3 in the morning rolls around. I'm like, I should probably study for this.
Right.
By the way, this is not making me look good at all as a student, but whatever.
Yeah, who cares?
So it's okay. But
just go on take2films.com and we'll see what's up.
And just see what's up. Yeah. And so
when you got that in your repertoire, you don't really need to worry about school.
Good. So anyway, so I do it, go into the class, take the quiz. Of all the quizzes I took, I was never really that good at it. The only one I got a 100 on was this one that I stayed up all night and studied.
Right, now you're hooked on
it. And so then I was like, oh, well, this is fantastic.
It's like Coke.
This is wonderful. It's like a cola.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, okay.
Like the red Pepsi Cola or Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola, right.
Yeah, no.
The caffeine, yeah.
Right, but like I know some kids, like these kids, my friend Sammy, I'm coming at you. I don't understand why. Like, you are an accounting major. Like, okay, I get it. It's hard, whatever.
Lots of numbers,
everybody gives me a hard time. Like, oh, you're a comm major. What? Right. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
okay.
Cakewalking it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, okay. Such an easy thing. Yeah, okay. You use a calculator. Your homework should take you no longer than like maybe 3-4 hours. I'm sorry. I don't understand how that happens. And like the principal fundamental issue that I have with it is like he's all about it. And like me and my friend Tom Webb, aka Tweb22,
Tom Webb,
follow him on Twitter.
Yeah, always hits us up on Facebook.
He does. He's a loyal fan.
He's an avid liker of our statuses.
But Tweb, as we refer to him as, because Tweb22, so Tweb.
All right, I'm all about it.
Tweb or Twebbles.
All right, Twebbles.
Tweb, he like says the same thing. Yeah. He's like, why do you do this to yourself? And Sammy's like, oh, I don't know, I just do it, blah, blah, blah. And like even in high school, like, okay.
I never did him in high school.
So like he took like some like AP classes, honors classes, like, the big shot, whatever.
Yeah, all right.
So like, even then, like he'd say it's like 2:30 in the morning, and then he'd be like, "Oh, I set my alarm for 4:30 to finish my homework to get up early." And we would walk into school the next day and be like, "You are such a nerd. Why do you do this?"
Well, okay, so I think it's weird because I do it too sometimes, And like even this thing we were doing last night, right? For an undisclosed class.
Yeah.
I mean, I was just like, all right, well, I'll just stay up all night and do it because I have now what's seemingly like an infinite amount of time.
Right.
But it's such a, and I'm a reasonable person. I like logic and reason, and I use all these faculties.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I can't bring myself to just say this isn't an infinite amount of time, and then I end up like always at the gun.
You really
in the last
started
minute.
this 10-page paper.
Probably like 3 in the morning is when I really started getting into it.
You probably started it with about 9 hours until turn time.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And then so we'll see what happens. But
like
but see, I have a ritual with all-nighters though. Like some people get so like the fact that like when you declare the all-nighter, like you're signing up for some good stuff.
There's got to be a certain mindset to it.
But you're signing up for some good stuff. You're signing up for like the worst takeout food you can find. Right?
Like the worst for you, but best tasting.
Exactly.
Right.
So like I'm already signed up for Stoko's. If I'm doing an all-nighter, then like the chemicals in my brain just automatically want Stoko's chicken wings like in my body.
Okay.
So and then like a couple iced teas and there you go. And that's your caffeine little rush. I'm not really a big like Red Bull guy or anything like that.
Yeah, that stuff's intense.
But like you're just like, oh, this is great. I'm doing the worst possible thing to my being, and it's fantastic. But then your mental. But here's the reward, and I want everyone to pay attention to this. Why the all-nighter is such a good thing.
You need to
in one regard
enlighten me.
The next night when you get to go to bed is the most rewarding sleep you'll ever have in your life. Because you are exhausted. You are now. And like sometimes you'll get like I know they talk about runner's high. Like I'll get like a midday, like, okay, well, it doesn't matter that I didn't sleep. Like I'll get back into it. But then if you hit that bed, you got to stay away from your bed the entire next day. Because you will slam into that thing hard. Like you'll just be like, poof, and out.
Yeah, see, I don't know. I don't really see
You're not a fan.
I don't see the purpose to the all-nighter. I think that you want to talk about something that really gets my goat?
Yeah.
When people complain about the all-nighters, when they set themselves up for it.
Okay, that's true.
Not trying to hear that.
That's true. Yeah.
Like, yo, you've had this assignment for 3 weeks and you are starting it the night before.
Right.
Do not complain.
Right. That's your own fault.
Yeah, I'm not.
And see, like, I'll embrace that though. So I'll say, like, I don't know. I forget because like I never did all-nighters in high school. It wouldn't even cross my mind.
I don't like it.
But now
the other thing I don't get, the all-night study.
I'm not really a fan of that.
When you're not even like doing homework or like a paper or whatever, you're just like stuck. I don't understand.
I don't like that either.
Don't understand the purpose. Don't understand the reason. Don't understand the logic.
I don't think the result is very good either.
No.
To tack a little fourth point onto that.
Yeah,
I don't think.
And quite frankly, I think if you studied for the same amount of time, but you had sleep on top of it, you'd probably do better.
Cramming doesn't work. We all know it, but we do it anyway.
Right.
These are things about humans that don't make sense.
Yeah, and yet for whatever reason,
put it right next to optical illusions. Things that are wrong with our brain, and why do we put things off to the last minute? I don't know, but we just do.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm sorry.
I wonder if it's like a college thing too.
I think part of me, like, I don't know. I was just like, there's something about the freedom of it. There's like a little bit.
There's a little bit of like, I'm living on the edge.
Yeah, there's a little bit of that, and I think you're kind of like, oh, I'm really exercising my full freedom here. Like, I can really just do
You're really sticking it to the man.
You're sticking it to the man. But you know who you're really sticking it to?
Your parents.
You're sticking it to your parents. Well, you're really sticking it to yourself, and then subsequently your parents.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah. If it turns out all right, then you didn't really stick it to your parents. But you're really you're not doing good things for you. But I don't know. I mean, freshman year, when I was in my youth, when I was a much younger man.
Yeah.
Ignorant of reality, very naive. I would do the all-nighter.
Some would argue that you're still that way, but keep going.
Yeah, right. It's a definitely contentious point. And but now, I mean, I think the one I just did last night was probably the first one I did in a while, and like
was it worth it?
I can't do it. Like
I
can't.
That's what I'm saying. Like
I really can't. Oh no, I did one last semester, one time. That was it.
Now here's the other question that I have to pose.
It just drives me into a wall now.
I have to pose this.
Yeah.
Okay, test the next day.
Okay.
At let's call it 10 o'clock.
Okay, let's call it. Okay, we could call it Fred, or like you just want to call it 10 o'clock.
I'll call it 10 o'clock.
Okay.
All right. So you haven't really studied a whole lot.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of material on this test.
Right, naturally.
Okay, so you crack open the books at like 10?
10 p.m.
10 p.m. the previous evening.
Okay.
Okay. Are you more likely to engage in the TWEB study guide of study from 10 to 10:30, close the book, and go to bed? Or the Sammy Martellata, study till 2, wake up at 4:30, and study some more?
Oh, that's interesting. That's an interesting method. Fall asleep, get back up. That's like the worst way to do it.
But that's what he does. And
I think that's the worst because you're
statistics
teasing yourself.
show, aka his high school GPA, shows
that
it worked out pretty well for him.
But I feel like, okay, so I'll just give an example. Like last night when I was doing this all-nighter, my roommate Charles, who I've talked about before, and I bashed on the last episode, and I just wanted to kind of retract and say he's a great fella and, whatever, all the good things. But he's a bad texter, but whatever. So, really, progress of a kind. Right. But I'm like, it's like 3 in the morning, right? And I just see him like drifting into sleep.
That's tough.
And I'm sitting over there and I'm just like, oh. Man, I am envious of this kid right now. Yeah. Like, I wish I was just knocked out. But I guess, no, I don't do it for studying. I do not do all-nighters for studying. If it's an assignment that I can get done and I can hold it in my hand and I have control over it, because a take-home assignment you have control over, basically.
Yeah.
To like some extent.
So this paper last night.
The paper last night was.
You had complete control over it. We had the assignments as like the first day of school.
Yeah, but I mean, like I knew like once the clock struck 12, I would be done with it, and like I didn't have to like
12 noon.
12 noon. Like I didn't have to task myself with like remembering things. I could just go into like a stream, so it didn't require memory. But like for a test, I feel like you're really hurting your memory there. Like it's not working. So I generally am pretty good about studying for exams ahead of time. I don't do the all-nighter to study, but I'll do the all-nighter to finish an assignment.
Okay.
See the distinction?
Yeah.
So
I think it's a very interesting phenomenon.
Yes, it is. I mean, I don't know why people do it, but I don't know. I think there is and I think just to reiterate, I think I said before, it's just something about it fits sort of this stereotype about college. Like I feel like you have to, if you said you went to college, there's like certain things you need to check off, and one of them is like you pulled an all-nighter. I feel like you just need to do it
for academic purposes.
Just to just to say.
So does my going to bed at like 2:30 last night count as?
No, that's like because for me going to bed at 2:30 is like Sunday. Like that's just not
me going to bed at 2:30. I was like, why am I still awake?
But it also depends on your class schedule. I mean, then we could really spiral.
Well, that's a different.
So it's a whole different story. But
we exhausted the topic yet again.
As always, it's exhausted. The topic is just, it's been distilled and just taken.
We're essentially, this is going to be very weird, and I think I'm going to be appropriate with this.
Okay.
But we're essentially the colander.
Yes.
To the...
to the pasta of the topic?
To the pasta of the topic.
All right, so the pasta is the topic.
Right.
We're the colander, and the water is everything that is unnecessary and you want out of it.
Has thus been saturated out.
Yeah, we've extracted it.
Yes.
Okay. I'll accept the analogy. I won't attempt to substitute my own.
Yeah.
And
oh, that's cool.
Yeah. As
always,
very
nice of you.
I think we'll wrap. Should I rap? Okay.
Go for it.
All right. Then.
You rap.
Not rap like a I don't
like,
not a phrase. Yeah, like da 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 da.
Yeah, like JMP.
Like JMP.
Yeah. Which also
keys and covers.
Yeah,
check it out.
will. I'll give a shout out for sure.
Yeah.
Yo, peep. GreyComm Studios, keys and covers.
Yeah, that's
James
true.
Pereira.
Respect. He's doing
doing
good.
big things. Harris Chan and
Tori
Osborne.
Yes. Wonderful, beautiful.
She sang. Something by the band Perry.
Yes.
Can't think of the name of it.
Neither can I.
And Harris Chan plays piano, and these two are talented. They're phenomenal. James did a great job on the camera work.
Yeah, beautiful.
Definitely check it out, everybody. Tweb, check it out. Tweb.
Tweb will bring his army of Twebians. Can I call them Twebians, like followers of Tweb? Or is that too much? Or did I go too far? All right, I'm sure I'll get some feedback on that. I'm sorry if I took it too far. All right, anyway, as always, I am Steve Solano.
I'm Brendan Highland.
We'll see you on the other side.
Yeah, we will.
Whew. Good times.
That was good.
Yeah, that turned into a lot.
That was
being
a little. Yeah. But I think it's pretty good.